Hey everybody, we are back with I want to say this is the second interview of today. However, this is part 6 of my interview series with the cast and crew members of Vintage is Mine. Right now I'm here with Paula Williams. She is the co-producer of the show. She's also was cast as Sister Dolores, the church treasurer in the show. Thank you for joining me today. How are you feeling?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited. It's nice to meet you. I'm very excited to see, to talk about your role in the show as well as your duties as co-producer of the show. How did you
Mhm.
I want to just ask you how did you find out how did you get to become a part of this project?
Well, I don't sleep that much, so I thought I would scroll on Facebook and I saw a post that my mechanic had put up. So I inquired and he told me what to do. I was scared to call Shatoya. I was scared to talk to her because I didn't know what to say.
Hmm.
But he told me just go ahead and call her and she either say yes or no. So I took a chance. I called and we talked and I liked what I was hearing. She liked what she was hearing. So she brought me aboard.
Okay. How has it been working with her?
It's fun because she's a funny person. She has a sense of humor. The whole
Hmm.
team of people, the young people that I deal with, her family, everybody, they are great people. They're great supporters. They wholeheartedly support her and her mission and Shatera's mission as well. The family is very talented. It's like my family, and I have a better vibe with her family than I do with my family. So I love it. I love being around them, and I've learned a lot. I love it.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I'll share something very personal with you. It's the same thing with me. So where we grew up at, the that family was very close with my father, and they're also my extended family too. So and yes, Shatoya's siblings, her brother and her sister, are both very talented people, and I'm blessed to know them.
Mhm.
But yeah, and,
Yes,
beautiful people, and all they all believe in unity. I've never seen a family that has held such strong unity. So that's a great thing, and you probably seen that throughout the production of the show, right?
yes,
Yes,
very
absolutely,
strong.
very strong, right? Yeah. So I love that about them. Um,
Hmm.
Now you mentioned that at the time, you had your own movie idea.
I
Tell us
do.
about that.
I do.
Okay. Okay. So you do. So you still have this idea that you want to bring to life, right?
I really do.
Okay. Talk about it.
And
Tell
it's
me about
okay. Well, I'm kind of a germaphobe, and it's about germs and bacteria. I just wanted to film the typical things of everyday life of how easily you can catch things and put it on your skin and get. I mean, it's a way different movie. It's like a eye opening, awakening movie that people should be more conscious of the bacterias out here. That's why certain things haven't gone anywhere because we keep reinfecting ourselves without even knowing it. Just the simplest little things like going to 7-Eleven and touching the door handle. You a million people have touched that door handle. MRSA could be on it. Hepatitis could be on it. A common cold, the flu could be on it. And then you touch the door handle, touch the products, touch your money, get back in your car, touch your steering wheel, touch your face, and you have transferred all of that
it. Mm-hmm.
from one touch to another touch. So it's just an awakening move there. Everyone needs to be really careful on what they do nowadays because some stuff is not going anywhere, and it's just I wanted to really wake everybody up.
So would you like kind of like would you kind of associate that type of idea with what has happened in the last 3 years with COVID?
Uh, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we all talked about, when COVID hit, it was like wash your hands, um, stay distant. You have those door handles where they tell you to put your arm on the door handle
Hmm.
to pull it open. However, you're still spreading germs with putting your arm on that door handle because those
Yeah.
germs are going right on your clothing. Um, so I mean, so what it sounds like to me is it more so this movie idea that you have, is it more so a storyline, or is it more so a documentary or docu series that you're looking to do?
Oh wow. Okay, so when you say storyline, what is a storyline?
So a storyline is basically what the Vengeance is Mine story is. Okay.
Mm.
So would you have characters cast in this? Or is your purpose of this germaphobe, this movie about germs, is your purpose to entertain and educate, or are you trying to educate?
Entertain and educate.
Entertain and educate. So there would be a storyline with some characters on catching some type of disease with germs because they didn't wash their hands or do what they needed to do to protect themselves, right? Would you agree?
Or either or yeah, that, but also when you put your children in the cart and they're small enough to fit in the top, and then you know how babies put their mouth on that handbar.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta watch your kids. You gotta watch when you put them in those carts. You gotta keep your eyes on them. It's just so much carelessness that
Mm-hmm.
goes around, and we constantly get sick, and we can't. It's like we can't figure out why.
Yeah, because I know I caught COVID in late 2022. I thought I was invincible because I was out ripping and running like it was nothing. And I'm sure other people have. And then I guess I went out to a party and had a good time. Next thing you know, I'm in the hospital. Like, my throat hurts. I have a cold. It was like, you don't have the flu. You don't have strep throat. But she sure as heck got COVID. So I had COVID and I was isolated. So I understand. So, I mean, so we're going to, yeah. So educate and entertain. So,
Yeah,
hopefully, prayerfully, we're going to claim it that you're going to bring this story to life. Got to take that leap of faith to get it, right?
I'm trying to, and when yes, ma'am. And also too, I wanted to throw in there like when men are in relationships and they cheat and they think they're getting away with it. How can you think you're getting away with it when you the same germs, the same bacteria you got from that female, you taking it home to your woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's catching something. She don't know why she got it, where she got it from, how did she get it, and then
Mm-hmm.
the whole time, then he's gonna accuse her of cheating when it was him that cheated. So it's deep. It's very deep, and people just don't realize.
Right. And I think that can go vice versa too, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. So I can understand what you mean by that. Um, so there's a lot of stories that have been told on set. Um, you've been known to be like the one that took care of everybody on set, right? Tell me about that apron.
Well, I mean, when I watch movies, I try to take note. I always want to learn, so I try to take note. Always want to have an open mind. So when I get a job, I go all out. I buy all the utensils I need for me to do that job correctly. And I figured out I needed an apron because when we need things and we don't have it, and somebody got to go to the store, but they're very vital to the set, you can't really leave, but you got to leave because what we need. I said, you know what? Let me go look for an apron. And in that apron, I got two big pockets. So
Mm.
I stacked with hair bows, hairpins, safety pins, ink pens, anything I think we're gonna need goes in those pockets. So I can be ready, they can be ready, and we can be on point.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask you something real silly, okay? So, did
Mhm.
you bring coffee and donuts to the set too?
I haven't done that yet.
You haven't done that
I'll
job.
go get it. No, I'll go get it, but I haven't done that
You
yet.
go get bring some, have some snacks on set. Did y'all have snacks on
Yeah.
set?
Oh yeah. Water, especially water. Yes. She feeds
Right.
us. She takes care of us. She feeds us. You can't get
Okay.
thirsty because you get very thirsty doing that job. Any
Right.
job, all the actors, you can get very thirsty. So
Right.
it drives you
Um.
out.
Yeah. I know. Like production. Like what would you say your typical day was like on the set?
Retakes, redos. Just gotta get it right. Just gotta be on point. It's hard work. It's a lot of work, and it's draining. But what was your question? I'm sorry, I don't strayed away from your answer.
No, you really didn't. You're doing wonderful. What was your typical day like on the set? How long were you on? Like what was the long? The shortest time and the longest time you were on the set.
I can't really remember, but I know there are long days, and Shatoya will let me leave. She will let me go home because she know I've been there all day from morning until night, and they go longer. So if I leave after 5, they're still there filming till up to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. So we can start very early in the morning, and they will finish up until 2 or 3 a.m.
Okay. So you
So.
there were times you were there till 2, 3 a.m. as well.
Oh no, ma'am. She don't let me stay that long.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I mean, I can, I will one day, but she don't.
Hmm.
No, she won't let me do that.
Okay. Now there's something that I found very, when you and I talked yesterday. I
Mhm.
found this very, very fascinating. Okay.
Oh,
Did you
thank you.
reinvent the Glock? Did you reinvent the Glock gun?
I did. I held my own patent for 1 year, and Mr. Glock himself could not touch it. And the gun is named after him. He could not touch it.
Why didn't why didn't you keep it? I'm nosy.
I because I hired an artist, and he drew very beautiful illustrations, all the parts, all the components that I wanted to fit inside the barrel. And my son, he helped me out as well. And then I was running out of time a little bit, and it's a long story because you have to know the bylaws as far as a lawyer, and I didn't have a patent lawyer, so I was doing this on my own. But
Hmm.
I kept sending stuff back. They kept sending it back saying, "Oh no, it's wrong. You got to redo this." So it was, oh gosh, it took over a year. So I I had a police friend from a job I used to have, and I talked to him and I showed him what I was doing, and he bought a gun to my home and he broke it down, and he took the spring out. I mean, he just really broke the gun down, and he said, "Okay, now with all of your invention or all of your the updates you want to do, where is all this going to fit in this gun, in this barrel? Where is it going to go?" And he kind of broke me down when he did that. But then too, I had to also hire a blacksmith to make my copy. I had to have the gun made, and I
Hmm.
couldn't do a 3D printer because the 3D printer was at the library, and asked them could I have a gun made, and they didn't allow that. So I kind of gave up on it. But so the most thing I did was to hold that patent for 1 year, and nobody could touch it because it was mine. The Glock was mine. I renamed
How
it and
was
everything.
that?
Huh?
How many years ago was that?
This might have been in 2016.
Oh wow. That is like you don't really hear too many black women doing that, and that's why I'm like in awe of you right now because you did that. I mean, I wonder like if you kept at it, how far it could have gone. You know, it's always if you have a talent or if you have a gift, you should always share it. But sometimes you run into roadblocks where, okay, it may be like, let's put this down for right now or let's totally give up on it. Do you think you
Mhm.
may eventually pick back up on it?
No, because I know I don't think I will.
No.
It takes much money. It takes a lot of time. It and then I think if I did do it, I would get a patent lawyer this time
I'm about to
to
call you
handle
Miss.
all of the
I'm about to call.
huh?
I'm about to call you Miss Call of Duty, Paula. You know
Oh,
the
thank
Call
you.
of Duty, Call of Duty video game that my kids be trying to play. They
Yeah,
be
my
acting
son
up.
plays it.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean that's I don't even like guns, but that is very fascinating to even know that. Every now everybody you work now you Shatoya, Shatera, and Kai are the production team for Vengeance is Mine.
Hmm.
How was it working with them
Yes.
throughout the project, throughout the production?
You cutting out.
How was it working with them? Am I still cutting out?
Oh Lord. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. How was
There
it working with
there it's fun. And I said it before, it's fun. Shatoya has a sense of humor. Shatera is quiet. Kai is explosive. It's just it's three different personalities. I love all three. It's 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 amazing to work with them because they're different. Not
Mhm.
weird different, but they're just different from today's young people society.
Right. Was there any
They're
was
more
there
caring of older.
mm,
They're respectful. They're very respectful.
right. Was there any times where it was difficult for you to work with them?
No, no,
No, not at all.
mm-mm,
Everything pretty
not at
much
all.
flowed.
No.
Okay. How was it working
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
how was it working with the actors and actresses?
To see all that talent walking around in that house, and when they get in their mode and they do their lines and they're on point, it's amazing because how they can flip, how they can go into character and just act and bring out the rawness, and then go is over and Shatoya say cut, then we're all silly again. It's just amazing how people can slide in and out of a character.
Right.
They're good.
Right. And you also play a character on the show. Sister Dolores. Tell me about her.
Well, we was at the table read, and we didn't have anyone for that character, and I think Chatoya asked me to read the lines, and I did. So we just stuck with that. I became Sister Dolores.
And so this is your first time in front of a camera as an actress. How do you feel about that? I'm breaking up. How do
I
you
can't hear you.
this is your first time as an actress? How do you how was your experience
I can't hear you.
playing? You still can't hear me? Okay, hold on a minute.
What happened? I can
I
hear you
said
now. I see you now too.
okay. I said okay. This is your first time playing an actress professionally. How was that?
It's very different, and it's very hard to do. For me, it's very hard to do because I'm not a churchy person, but it's it was hard to do too because I had to, I guess, help, and I had to do that because we were short. So I didn't think I would
Right.
do that well, but I surprised myself.
Okay,
So
got you. Um, Let me see what other questions I got for you. I know we discussed the questions. You and I discussed the questions yesterday before I came on, and some of the questions I've just been throwing at you that were not discussed in the interview. So I want to thank you for that because you're doing well. Actually, you didn't. So let me ask you this: um,
yes.
are you so trying to think? Do you now, sister? Does Sister Dolores die in the show?
I can't tell you that.
You can't tell me that. Okay.
I can't tell
Um,
you.
how was it
Did
working
you
with
already
Rick
watch
on the
it?
set? Yeah, I watched it. I watched it.
Okay.
So, but if you don't want to spoil it, we don't have to spoil it.
Now I want to
Um,
spoil it.
okay, we don't have to spoil it. But what does okay?
Okay.
So if I ask you, does she return in season 2? Then we will spoil it, so we'll know she's alive. Okay. What was it like working with Richard on the set? Richard Brown, who plays Pastor Cross.
Well, eh, he's good. He's good. Once he gets his lines and remember his lines, he's great. He can flow. He's good.
Did you have to work with any of the actors and actresses to help with their lines?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Who is your
And
favorite?
normally, if I'm sorry,
No, go ahead. Keep on.
normally if the girls, if Shatoya and Shatera print out the paper scripts, I can carry those around and read as they're going through their lines as they're acting. And so that's the way I would help out.
Okay. Who is your favorite character on the show?
Oh wow. I would say it's it's kind of funny. That gets funny because Eve, Mary Jane, I love how she acts. When Kai acts and she's first she's acting like she's concerned, and it's a scene where she actually starts to laugh and then she kicks the memorial stuff. It's just that threw me because that had to take a lot to act like that, and that to me that's like a crazy person. But I'm not calling her crazy, but it's just to see her do that, and I'm in the background, I'm laughing. I am laughing at how she can switch that.
Mm-hmm.
And with Eve, she's amazing. And then Tia, oh gosh, Tia, she can make herself cry on demand. That's some acting. I cannot do that. There's no way I could do that. But she can cry on and she can sing.
Mm-hmm.
So these are amazing young women that can do something at the drop of a hat with no problem.
Right. Um, One thing, as a person, as an individual, I believe in women empowerment. Is this something you do you think this show brings that to the table to society?
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Yeah.
It doesn't just
I,
show us twerking. It doesn't just show us arguing with one another. It shows business. It shows
right.
talent.
Mm-hmm. It shows that we as Black women can work together, right? Um,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
because most of the time we're tearing each other down, and then when we should be lifting each other up because you don't know what direction this world is going into. And just to be able to see you guys, the four of you, Shatera, Shatoya, um and Kai, all of y'all work together and
Mhm.
put together a project is phenomenal. The edit, did were you involved in any parts of the editing process?
The only thing I did was the scroll when after the movie goes off and the characters and the names go scrolling up.
Mm-hmm. The
I
credits.
help with that. Yeah, the
Okay.
credits. There you go.
The credits. The credits. Okay. I mean, it's
Mhm.
the credits is a very important part of a production. So I mean, no section of a production is small. If you did the credits are big
Mhm.
because it's important that we know who worked on this set. It's important for us to
Yeah.
know who these characters are. So we don't want to say,
Yeah.
okay, Pastor Cross was played by Joe Blow. Benji Cross was played by John Doe. So you knowing everyone and who they are down pat
Mhm.
is important. Who is your favorite? Okay, so we talked about the women actresses. Talk to me about the male actresses.
I liked I liked, what was it? I can't, Verto. I liked when he act. He's good too.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to that hood, he can act. And then but Steven, which is Benji, he's a comedian. He's funny. He makes us laugh. We're supposed to be serious. He has a great sense of humor. So he
Mm-hmm.
keeps us rolling. Um and when Crank said, and I heard y'all laughing at it earlier about get your crippled ass up. That had me on the floor. That it was funny because he's not that type of person to really talk like that in life, but he pulled it out himself that day, and that was very funny when he did that. I like that part.
Right, actors have to be very versatile. So from what when we had a conversation when we all talked last night, about during the world premiere, and we talked about analytics and everything. We talked about improvisation, and that was one line that we learned that Ray improvised in that particular scene. Um, I said one of my favorite scenes was the striptease scene. I know it took time to do a lot of that.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. She's
Right,
brave and bold. And actually, we're supposed to have more than that. But we never got around to it. It was supposed to be more in that than that. But that was a good part. It's just she's got heart.
right,
She's got heart. I give her that. Oh gosh,
right. They
I
have
couldn't do it.
you have to have. I think with acting, you have to be versatile. You have to be have an open mind, but at the same time, you got to have I know I'll say respect for yourself, and I know she has a lot of respect for herself. But what I'm saying
Mhm.
is, you can't allow other people to push you to the limit to do what's not moral and immoral. Her striptease was very tasteful. I need to know where she got that bustier from so I can go get me one. I loved it. Um, yeah, and then that was when Kenny was kidnapped, which is
Yeah.
and this is in the second episode of the show. So I like that part. Um, what's your favorite scene? What's your favorite scene of the show?
Hmm. I can't pick just one. It's a couple. Um, mm, I guess the striptease part, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, oh, and when Eve kind of was going off because Benji wouldn't answer his phone and she was right outside the house. I like that because she kind of went haywire. I like that.
We as women have all been there though.
Hmm.
When someone texts you and they don't text you back, and this makes you just like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I can understand that you ready to throw that phone in the trash and say, forget it. I mean, I want to say the other word, but forget it. We're interviewing, so I got to keep it professional.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I'm not running out of questions. It's just I'm just thinking about certain parts of the show. But the strip tease was very empowering. You know what I'm saying? Um, that was very empowering. I need to know where Kyle got that BCA. Now, were you involved? You said you were involved in makeup. You were involved in making sure the cast was taken care of. Were you involved in any parts of the wardrobe and style of the characters?
No, all the ladies, all the gents, they bought their stuff. So no, no. I
Oh,
just helped maybe fasten something or unfasten something or pin something up, but that was about it.
right. Okay. So what we're gonna do now, because we're having you and I are having a great conversation right now with this interview. Okay.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I want to show a clip of you in action as Sister Dolores. Okay. So I'm gonna show it right now. You
Okay.
ready?
I guess.
All right.
Yes, sir. I
Oh,
know.
good.
Yes, I locked all of the doors, all of the windows. Yes, I did. Yes, sir. We're closed. Can you come back Monday?
Nah, I think we can head this now.
Deacon, is that you?
In the flesh.
How do you feel seeing you on how do you feel seeing that?
I'm speechless. I get speechless because I don't know. I just didn't think I would make it this far. It's amazing to sit back and look at yourself. It's because you're so used to looking at everyone else, and I like it. I mean, it's cute. I like it.
It is real, like, let's say, I think anyone acting, they'll film it, they'll put the work in, and then as soon as they see that playback, they get those butterflies in their stomach and get all jittery because they're like, did I do good? How will I be received? Will they like me? Will they love me? And you wonder those things, and then the outcome. I loved you as Sister Dolores. In the
Thank you.
in the church boardroom, to that part saying, "Hey, I can't give you that money. Unfortunately, something happens in that scene, but from
Mhm.
what I saw, you did awesome."
Thank
What do
you.
you hope the audience gets out of this show?
The whole show.
Yeah,
Mm, that I mean, not to talk bad about the church, but it's just that criminal intent, intents or criminal mischief is everywhere. You just can't think it's not in the church. It's everywhere. It's you can't underestimate anything or anybody.
right.
Um,
You hear about
hate to
criminal
say it.
you hear about criminal mischiefs and
Mhm.
scandal. That's one of the believe it or not, that's one of the most common places you hear about those things.
Right. Yeah.
Where in church you're supposed to be holy and sanctified and goody
Mhm.
two shoes and all that. The parents in the show are part of the church. You have the pastor and the first lady with preacher kids, and these preacher kids are involved in the street. And like just like I know, preacher kids have the reputation of being wild people.
Yeah.
I mean, this story pretty much is like a clean version of the preacher cat of the PK, but
Mhm.
I'm sure you have met some crazy preacher kids, and I know I've met some crazy preacher kids. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to be co-producer for season 2?
I hope so.
You hope so.
I hope
I'm
so. I don't plan on going anywhere, so I hope.
okay. I mean, I know you're going to be co-producer for season 2, so we're looking forward to seeing you. That I know the cast and the rest of the crew appreciates everything that you've done. Me watching, looking at the Vengeance page, looking at Shatoya's page, they nothing but positive things have been said about you throughout the production. Um,
Oh,
so keep continuing what you do. Your energy and your spirit brings a lot to the table for this production.
thank you.
Okay, and
Thank you.
I mean, if you guys wind up filming around here, and if Shatoya lets me, I might pop in on y'all just to see you guys because I already know when we get to season 2, we will be interviewing and talking about it then too. So, is there anything else you want to share with us?
No, I just hope we never know who we might get picked up by. You never know if Tyler Perry could see this, Jordan Peele, Spike Lee, Steven Spielberg. You never know who's gonna see this. So I just wish us the best. I just wish us longevity. I really do. I want to take
Right.
this as far as we can take it.
Yeah. Would you consider it as the beginning of a movement in our area of Virginia?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. 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 Awesome.
Yes.
Um. Yes. I mean, it's very exciting to see Shatoya tell a story. You bring actors and actresses in, along with a great, awesome, amazing production crew, to be able to bring
Hmm.
this story to life. Um, we're in 2024. This project started in late 2022, and you guys started shooting in late 2022, and you guys had bumps in the roads, difficult situations take place. Of course, life happens, and you guys got it done. Now we are here on YouTube. The episode dropped. The season dropped yesterday on YouTube. How does that make you feel?
Excited, uh, amazed. It finally got there. It finally reached a platform. It took a
Mm-hmm.
long time to get there. It took rescheduling, rewriting, rerouting, but we finally got it to this first platform. I'm very
All
proud of
right.
this.
And do you know about are you aware of the numbers and the views and the analytics of the show and there are a lot of reviews on Crank.
Mhm.
What do you think of, and Crank is played by Ray Myers, what do you think of him as an actor?
I think he can be silly sometimes, but when it's time for him to get serious, he gets serious and he delivers his lines. So he's
Hmm.
okay. He's good.
Right, awesome. And what do you think of Stephen Jackson?
He's a comedian, as I said before. He's very funny. He just says funny stuff out of the blue. I mean, he makes you laugh. I like that.
Okay. And then we talked about Richard. What do you think of James Russian, who's also your mechanic? What do you think? How do you think he did as an actor?
I think he did wonderful. I think he hit his marks when he was supposed to hit his marks. I think he gave the attitude he was supposed to deliver. He was very serious. He was about his job. He's good.
Good. And then Crank, so I saw Crank Soldiers, the actors in the background, they did amazing too. Fredo, I applaud him, and
Mhm.
the character that played Rico, they did amazing. And then Cadence, who's also Stephen Jackson's daughter and plays Brooke. She was one.
Yeah.
What do you think of her as a young actress?
I see her as a Disney actress. I
You're the
actually see
second
her in
person.
Disney stuff.
You're the second person that said that, because Tia Lindsay mentioned that in the interview last
Yeah,
week.
because she's
Yeah.
so proper.
Right.
She's very articulate.
Mhm.
She should go far.
Yeah. And I think with the training and everything, she definitely will go far. So
Mhm.
you we all hope that happens. Cadence did amazing.
She
Um,
did.
is there anything else you want to tell our viewers?
No, just enjoy what you see, and if you critique, then critique. It's just part of the acting world. I just hope everyone likes it.
Awesome. Miss Paula, thank you so much for interviewing with me today.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate it. You did amazing. You did amazing. Like I said, you did an amazing job with the cast and crew during pre-production, post-production, table reads, and everything. I know they are all looking forward to seeing you work within the season 2 and beyond. So keep doing what you're doing for them, to keep bringing up that positive energy and that positive spirit to the set and to the forefront. And I already know for a fact you will go very far. And I'm very really hoping that we get that document, that germaphobe movie made soon.
I hope so too.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and end this live right now. I want you to just stay with me, and we'll talk afterwards. And okay.
Okay.
All right, so thank you guys. So remember, we guys are streaming on YouTube and Facebook throughout the day. So have a few more interviews to do. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much, Paula Williams, for joining me today to do the second Ventures interview of the day. And stay with me. See y'all
Yes, ma'am.
later, Facebook and YouTube.